Hey guys, and welcome to this episode of That Otaku Girl. Today I'm going to be talking about different animes. There's about top 5 that I think are really great for anyone to watch. I'm just going to give a quick synopsis. I'm not going to do like a big breakdown because these are just kind of like a little teaser to get you guys to go check them out if you haven't already. Some of these are kind of gateway animes, so I think a lot more people have seen them. But if you haven't, if you're new to anime, or you maybe watched it when you first became a fan of anime and you've forgotten about it, here's a video that will remind you of how awesome they are. The first show I want to talk about is Darker Than Black. This storyline is really, like, it fits the title, it's pretty dark. Follows a character named Hei, and what this kind of story entails is that there are all these people who develop these abilities after these kind of pits appear in South America and Japan. One's Heaven's Gate, which is in South America, and then there's Hell's Gate. And after they appear, the stars in the sky disappear and they're replaced by these fake ones that correspond to each person who has one of these abilities. And you can watch that star and see if that person's active, which I thought was a really interesting idea. The other thing that's really interesting about this show is that people who have the abilities are called contractors because they have to pay a price for using their abilities. There's one character who has to eat cigarettes. He doesn't just have to smoke them, he has to physically ingest cigarettes after he uses his ability. And I remember watching it like, that's disgusting. I don't know if I would actually even want to use that ability at that point. But it's really cool. Lots of action. There's good comedy, but it is like a darker show. It's much one of the darker ones that I've ever actually watched, just because I typically watch a lot of happy shoujo type anime. But I would suggest that anybody could watch this show and really enjoy it for different reasons. The next show I want to talk about is Kaze no Stigma, which is one of my absolute favorites. This one deals with a lot of elemental magic. And just quick breakdown, it has a character named Kazuma who is kicked out of his family of fire magic users, and he returns years later and is a wind magic user. He has a contract with the spirits of the wind, and they allow him to call on them, and he uses wind magic now. And he has to partner up with this bratty girl, Ayano, who is the next head of the family. And they kind of have this connection, and the storyline starts off kind of silly, more shoujo, but the action is like really fast paced, really high impact, lots of fun. And then as the series progresses, the story gets a little more dark, and you start to see why Kazuma is the way he is, which is kind of sullen at times and standoffish. It's just a really fun show. I watched this with a guy, so definitely guys or girls could enjoy this show. Another show that's kind of like that is Soul Eater. This show is so much fun. I remember watching it, and the style of the art, the animation is a little different, which I like. There's like a moon in the sky that's laughing all the time. It's like, and it's really silly. So what this is about is it's an academy that Lord Death, the Grim Reaper, runs, and it's for kids who are meisters who wield weapons, and weapons are students who can literally turn into weapons. There's Maka, who's a meister, and she wields a scythe, and his name is Soul. There's Tsubaki and Blackstar, and there's Death's own son, Death the Kid, and his two weapons, Patty and Liz. And this show is hilariously funny, but also, again, is kind of scary when they start to deal with the Kishin, which are the evil souls and spirits that they're dispatched to take care of. The story arc is so big in it. I think it runs for like 2.5 seasons. Once the story arc starts, it just kind of builds through the whole series, which is great because some shows have like multiple story arcs, which is fun, but I really enjoyed that this one was kind of collective through the whole series. I thought it really brought it together and made it even more satisfying when it got to the end. It has an awesome soundtrack. I actually have the soundtrack in my car right now. I listen to it anytime I get in the car. Really cool mix of music. I highly suggest you guys going out and finding the soundtrack and listening to it for yourself because I really enjoy it. This next show is the first show that that really got me into anime. Is Ouran High School Host Club. I know it's pretty popular. It's very, very shoujo. A lot of romance, very, very silly. There's a lot of things in it that make it seem just kind of vapid and silly. But there are, a lot of connections between like family and friendship that it deals with, and I really enjoy stories like that. One of the things I would want to say about it is that it's definitely, like I said, shoujo. I think that guys could enjoy it. It's fun and silly, and I remember watching it in Anime Club, which is where I first saw it, and it was a mix of guys and girls, and everybody was having a good time. Everybody was laughing. So just because it's shoujo and the cover is covered in pink does not mean that not everybody can enjoy it. The last show I want to just mention is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Now, I know there's always this debate on whether the original or Brotherhood is better. I prefer Brotherhood. I watched both. I don't know. I simply prefer Brotherhood. And this is just two brothers, and they have a mishap with alchemy that they perform when they're younger, and they're on this quest. One needs to find his body. The other has parts of his body missing. And it's extremely interesting. I love how it's not magic. Alchemy is a science in this show, which I thought was really cool. I really liked that it wasn't just like everybody randomly has magic in this world. It was something that was found and created just like in our world. Like somebody could find some science and boom, we could do things. I don't know much about science, which is why that explanation is really, really weak sauce. But there's a lot of comedy. It's very intense at times. It goes to scary places that you weren't expecting. Again, their opening sequences, their songs are some of my favorite songs from anime. I plan to have a CD of that made up for myself soon because now I have a car that has a CD player in it, so I can do that. I'd really suggest these to you guys. That's why I'm doing this video, because I really want to get them out there. I really want other people to enjoy these shows that I have enjoyed in the past. I definitely would say that you can find these online. I plan to buy them someday because I have watched some online, and I feel bad about it because they're so great. I want to support them. I want to give them money. I want to just kind of give my thanks to them. So definitely look them up, watch them if you can. But if you can buy them, that's great too. Anime is very expensive though. I definitely would enjoy reading the manga at some point, but again, I don't have a lot of money, and manga is kind of expensive. So I'm not a huge manga reader, but I'd like to be. And there's a few that I've started, so that's great. And hopefully I can do some videos about the mangas that I'm reading in the future. So those are my top 5 animes that I think you guys should watch. Like I said, anyone can enjoy them. I hope you guys enjoy them. I know I enjoy them. And I hope to see you guys next video. And happy watching!